Hey everyone, welcome back to my kitchen. My name is Boki. I'm a food influencer here in Lagos. It's been a while I've been here, but I'm glad to be back. I'm finally back, and I think I'm finally back, like finally back forever now. So you guys stick with me. In today's video, I'm going to be making a challah bread. I actually thought it was pronounced challah bread, but I looked it up. It's called a challah bread. It's that pretty bread that's woven, and I really like this bread. This is the second time I'm going to make it. I'm getting ready for Ramadan, so I'm kind of meal prepping and getting things ready. So this would be one of the things I have in the mornings, maybe with butter, French toast, you know, that kind of thing. And it's a really simple recipe, so I'm hoping that you guys are going to try it out too, because it's really good, trust me. So keep watching. For my challah bread, I'm going to use some all-purpose flour. I'm also going to use oil. It's originally a Jewish bread, so if you wanted to keep it kosher, you'd use oil, but if you don't mind, you can substitute same amount of butter. I'm using yeast. I'm using eggs, but I need 2 eggs and 1 egg yolk. I'm using some lukewarm water. I'm going to use some salt and some sugar as well in this recipe. I'm going to start first by activating the yeast. So I'm going to pour 1 cup of water. And into the water, we're going to add 2 teaspoons of yeast. Make sure that your yeast is not stale, otherwise it won't activate, and you need it to activate, which is what I'm trying to do here. I'm going to add a little bit of sugar just to help the process. So I've already measured my sugar. This is ½ cup of sugar that we need for the ingredient. So I've taken some out of that. And I'll just let this sit for 5 to 10 minutes to activate. That also helps me check if my yeast is still active. So in this bowl, I'm going to mix the dry ingredients. I need 4 cups of flour. And you need to sieve it. I always like to sieve my flour. I'm not a baker, but they always say, make sure that you sieve your flour. And I think there's a difference when you sieve it, so always do that. That was 2 cups, and this is another 2. I think it also puts air into the flour when you sieve it, so it's really good to do. So I'm going to add some salt to this. We need 2 teaspoons of salt. 1, a little bit more, and 2 teaspoons. And then I'm going to add in the rest of my sugar from the ½ cup. And then I'll just whisk this together. When it's fully combined, we're going to do the eggs. So I said we needed 2 eggs and 1 egg yolk. So let's do it this way. I'll put my 2 eggs here. And then I'm going to separate this one to get the egg yolk. There are other tips and tricks to do this, so if you have the time, you can totally do this. Don't get rid of the egg white, we're going to use it later. So now in this bowl with the flour, I'm going to add my 2 eggs, my egg yolk, and my oil. We need 1/4 cup of oil. Now I should be doing this in my stand mixer, but I already mixed the yeast in there. So I'm going to mix this now in here. I'm going to empty it into my mixer to knead it properly. But yeah, this is what I'm going to start off doing. So you start in the center like this and let the flour kind of fall in, and it will be really, really tough at some point, which is why it's going to go back into my stand mixer so I can knead it properly. Okay, so it's somewhat combined now. I'm going to empty this into the bowl with the yeast mixture so that I can go and knead it in the mixer. We need a hook attachment. On low speed. It's been 8 minutes now and my dough is ready. So I'm going to take it out of here. So now I'm going to oil my bowl because this is where I'm going to put the dough to rise. And you don't want it to stick. This is why we're oiling the bowl, so that the dough doesn't stick. So here we go. So the dough is supposed to be tacky, but not like chewing gum or anything. So yeah. We're going to let it rise in a warm place for 2 hours. I'm going to have to leave my kitchen and turn off the AC so that it's not so cold in here. Or if you want to put it in your oven or your microwave, somewhere that is just really warm, you know, so it can double in size. Wow, so it's been an hour and a half and my dough has doubled in size. So I'm going to punch it down to take out the air like that. Then I'm going to sprinkle my work surface with flour and then tip this out. It's still a bit sticky, so but in just a minute it won't be as sticky anymore. So this is what my dough looks like, and I'm going to cut it into 4 now because I'm doing the 4-strand braid. So I'll cut it into half first, and then into quarters. Just like that. And now I'm going to roll it into the strand so that I can braid it. Make sure your work surface is properly floured when you're doing this. So I'm going to do each one into long strands like this. And mind you, as you do it, it's going to shrink back, which is fine. The first thing you want to do is to seal the ends like this so that your braid doesn't come undone. And then we're going to braid this. bread is really rich. It's one of those really lush and luxurious types of bread, and you wouldn't even believe that you made it yourself. It uses simple ingredients, so I'm really hoping that you guys will try out this recipe. Let me know if you do. If you do and you like it, leave it in the comment section for me so I can read. I'm going to leave the recipe, the full recipe, in the description box, so be sure to check that out down below. If you've enjoyed watching this video, please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel also if you haven't already done that. I'm also on Instagram at The Kitchen Muse, same handle. So follow me on Instagram. I post meal inspiration there. And I'm going to see you guys next time. Thank you so much for watching this one. Bye-bye.